Hi guys, it's Mix here, hope you're doing well, and welcome to my top 5 biggest disappointments in gaming from 2015. Here we're going to have 5 games that I feel did not live up to the hype behind them, and it's probably going to upset some of you. Some of you are going to agree with me. I hope you enjoy anyway. Let's begin, shall we? My top 5 biggest disappointments of 2015. Number 5 is Metal Gear Solid 5. This is on the list mainly as I have an axe to grind with the series. Metal Gear Solid 2, for me, is one of the biggest letdowns in video game history. I had my PS2, I just got my PS2, I was really hyped for this game that everyone was saying was going to be amazing, and I played it and I fucking hated it. I hated Metal Gear Solid 2 with a passion, and I kind of have the same sort of pattern with the other Metal Gear Solid games. I buy into the hype, I always get a little bit excited, I'm getting excited, I see the internet blowing up with excitement, and then, in my opinion, the finished product does not deliver, and in quite a lot of other people's opinions, it seems, for this installment in the franchise as well. I let my guard down every time and get a little bit excited, get into the mentality and buy it, and then it's just not for me. I disliked it a reasonable amount. Okay, I disliked it quite a lot. It didn't live up to the hype, and I just wasn't feeling really any aspects of the gameplay, but I guess I should have expected that, and I let myself buy into it once more, which is why it's at the bottom of the list. Number 5 goes to Metal Gear Solid 5. Number 4 goes to Game of Thrones, a Telltale series. I only got into Game of Thrones this year and ended up falling in love with the TV series. I always watched a few episodes and never really got into it and didn't like it, and then I sat down on the flight and just watched the whole of Series 1, and I was hooked. I was utterly hooked. So when I was done, I was like, gotta play me some games of this! And I had the misfortune of playing Telltale's version. It's got terrible graphics, like terrible graphics. It's so fucking bad. It's got lazy, almost consequence-free decisions. I didn't even finish the game. I was so disappointed in how blah everything was. I have since watched some other stuff of it after hearing from other people how bad it was too, and it's just bad in the grand scheme of things. It has poor dialogue. Bringing in characters from the series who you know aren't dead in the canon, meaning you know they're going to kill the characters that Telltale put in, kind of leaves any suspense. It just gets removed. It just gets removed from the series, and in general, it just sucks. It really did suck. This isn't just a game I would say is just a game that I dislike. I think in general this game sucks. It was bad. Number 3 goes to Soma. I love Amnesia, I love Penumbra, I love Frictional as a whole. What we have here in Soma, though, was the disappointing game. I got to play it early, loved what I saw, and I was really hyped up for it. But it slowly deteriorates after the first hour into a messy, hide from the monster, load of frustration, just ugh. Its plot spoiled by aged and poor gameplay. I missed out on so much stuff that I wanted to see and immerse myself in due to the monster mechanics. I felt frustrated rather than scared. I just generally didn't like a lot of things about the game, and while the plot wasn't the best thing ever by any means, it would have been better if I could get into it a bit more without having the frustration of the terrible gameplay there. I can't believe I'm saying this, but had the gameplay been more like Machine for Pigs, which I also didn't like that much, it would have been better, because what we were left with was a messy, sloppy, disappointing middle ground between Amnesia and Machine for Pigs, and it was just ugh. It was just ugh. And I really hope that horror gets a kick up the arse next year, because I feel as a genre it's dying at the moment, and Soma was something I hoped to revitalise it, but it just hasn't done. Number 3 goes to Soma. Number 2 goes to The Witcher 3. I completed The Witcher 1. I disliked Geralt, but hey, I did finish it. I liked aspects of it, I guess. There were certain aspects of the game I quite enjoyed. Witcher 2 for me was tedious as fuck, and I quit it inside a few hours. However, once again, I bought into hype once more. A lesson I need to... I think I'm getting better at not buying into hype. I'm quite cynical normally, but there's always a few games that tweak my hype meter. And let me down. Beric's magazines were saying this is the best RPG ever, unprecedented depth, amazing gameplay, all of which for me at least just isn't true. Witcher 3 for me rapidly became a boring romp across a dull world with a man with the personality of a fucking brick for company. Geralt is literally the worst character in video game history as far as I'm fucking concerned. I don't understand how anyone can... I just hate him. I hate him so much. He's like... Oh my god, I'm full of rage just thinking about how fucking horrible as a character he is. It does not deserve the amazing reviews it gets, in my opinion. I find it simply bland and frustrating. I was enjoying it like a little bit to begin with. I had a glimmer of hope. The first few hours were okay, then it rapidly degenerated into me being reminded how much I hate the lead and the world, and it's just very core gameplay. Play Dragon Age Inquisition. It's like a million times better, and I fucking love it, and it's way better than The Witcher 3, in my opinion. Number 1, of course, no surprises here, goes to Undertale. A game which I can't really fault as a game. I can't say it's bad, it's just, ugh. I consider aspects of it mediocre, and this mainly tops the list due to the fan base. Rarely has a game been hyped up to mean so much as this, and the fact is, in my opinion, it just falls short on quite a lot of levels. Even now, having watched Genocide and Pacifist runs to accompany my neutral run, I feel nothing for the characters. I see nothing other than the game with slightly quirky characters that appeal to sort of a fandom type community, and it has sometimes memorable and reasonably well written dialogue, I'll give it that, but it has frustrating, tedious combat, almost pretentious in some ways I feel the gameplay is, and more importantly of all, the pinnacle of what's wrong with Undertale and why it's the most overrated game in the year is its fan base. It's just a terrible fan base. They made it the biggest letdown of the year. I was so built up on this wave of excitement for this game. It's something truly different and something truly exciting, and it really isn't. It's not bad per se. It's just more overrated to the extreme, more so than I can think of any game that I've played in a long time. I mean, obviously there's FNAF, but most sensible people know FNAF is shit. But this is one that seemed to surpass even that, and it was just everywhere. So yeah, Undertale is definitely one of the most overrated games of all time, and that's where it tops this list as being my biggest letdown of 2015. And I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please hit that like button. I'm sure plenty of you are going to hit that dislike button after those few rants. And let me know what you thought of my choices. What would you put in your top 5 biggest disappointments of the year? Let me know what you thought. Anyway, guys, I will see you later. Have a great fucking day, and bye for now.